This is a movie recap named Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. It's action, fantasy, horror movie from 2013. Movie is directed by Tommy Wirkola. Music was done by Atli Örvarsson, an Icelandic composer for film and television, with Hawkeye and Gemma as lead roles alongside others. This is not an ordinary fairy tale like one you heard from Brothers Grimm. This time, brother and sister makes a living by killing witches. They'd grow up to be famous witch hunters, going from town to town where children have been abducted and slay witches. In order for a father to protect his children from witches, he took them into the forest far away to be safe, but did not return for them. In an attempt to return, they came across a beautiful house made of sweets. But this house belonged to a witch, who captured them and gave them sweets to fatten them. Somehow the girl broke free and attacked the witch, so they managed to push her into the fire. After that, kids never saw their parents again. Many years later, they became the professional witch hunters. Brother named Hansel and sister named Gretel. In Augsburg, the sheriff accused the woman of witchcraft and that she should be burned. The people agree, but not the major, who is looking for a proof that she is a witch. He hired Hansel and Gretel to help the city fight evil. Gretel looked and concluded that she was not a witch, so they set her free. Her name is Mina. The sheriff doesn't want anyone to interfere in his business, so he got a slight kick from the lady. The major directed them to the north of the forest, where they found a witch. She tried to escape with a broom for a short time, but Hansel stopped her. She continued to flee to the forest, where they reached her, and managed to capture her on a tree, where she ended up. Unfortunately, they did not find the missing children, because of which the major hired them, but they did find something very important. An eclipse of the moon, its most holy night to witches, and will happen in 3 days. The major gave them half the money. They will get the other half after they bring the missing children, during which time they will be accompanied by Jackson, who knows this forest inside out. In the meantime, the sheriff also makes his team and wants to be the first to reach the children. Because of that, he wants them to go at night when it is most dangerous, but he has increased their earnings. They entered the witch's territory, where they did not become very famous, because the witch taught them a lesson, so that nothing from the earnings. She sent the last member of the team to send them a message called The Curse of Hunger for Crawling Things. In the meantime, we met Benjamin, who is a fan of witch hunters. Because she can change its appearance into a normal person, she is known as a Grand Witch. Her name is Muriel, and there are 2 witches working for her, as well as a troll named Edward. They sacrificed one boy to get a special power with which they can survive on fire. But it only lasts a few moments. Fortunately, Muriel can make it last forever. Next day, Mina saw Hansel and went to talk to him, where she showed that she had special intentions over him, and we find out he has diabetes because he ate a lot of candy when he was captured by a witch. They made a trap for the witch, where she fell. She tried to fight, but she couldn't escape, because Jackson is the hero. The witch admitted that the blood of the 12 moons will soon be collected, which means they need 12 children and already have 11, of which 6 are boys and 5 are girls. They are missing one girl, who was born in April. The witch came to get the girl. She managed to control the boy, who killed her mother, and Edward took the girl. Hansel managed to hurt the witch and grabbed her broom, so they flew together. In the meantime, Muriel visited Gretel and Jackson. Muriel managed to knock her out, and Benjamin saved her, while Jackson died. Muriel freed the witch, while Hansel fell into the forest. The sheriff blames the hunters for what happened and therefore kills the major. Not long after, Mina found Hansel, who was pretending that everything was fine and that he didn't need any help. She helped him clean the wounds, and then it became a romantic moment. Meanwhile, while she was looking for a brother, she came across a sheriff who was waiting for her and wanted revenge on them, thinking they were to blame for the disaster that hit their city. While he was talking, she bit his nose. Sheriff started hitting her several times, but Troll came across, smashing all their heads. After helping her, Edward left, and she was on her own again. She found her way to her old house, where Hansen also arrived. They talk about how their parents ended up and why the witchcraft doesn't work on them. Muriel came and told the story of what had happened to their family. Their mother's name was Adriana, and she was the Great White Witch. During a blood moon, there is a potion that will make you immune to fire. But the key for that potion is the heart of the Great White Witch. But because she was too strong, witches want little girl's heart instead. Because of that, their father took them into the forest to hide them from the witches. but when he returned, he was hanged and his wife set on fire. After this short story, they attacked the witch, who defeated Hansel and took Gretel to sacrifice her. Next day, Mina came to treat Hansel when she admitted that she was also a witch. She found the book of protection against the black magic. She blessed the weapons so the witch's wands won't protect them anymore. Gretel is captured and Edward is there. Every witch will be here for this holy night. Hansel and Mina have made traps and Ben will stay here. Blood Moon arrives and Hansel introduces himself with blessing gun. Mina started firing from above so no one could escape. Edward joined in by throwing Muriel away, but she did the same and Edward fell over the cliff. During that time, Hansel freed the children and the bloody moon is over. Muriel tried to escape, but Ben managed to slow her down while Gretel helped Edward. Muriel hid in a candy house where they ended up as children. Before they entered the house, Muriel attacked them. Mina tried to stop her, but she was not strong enough and Muriel killed her. Gretel came and together they managed to defeat Muriel. Because of that, they received respect from other residents. All four are ready for new adventures. We can see that, in the end, they managed to defeat evil and almost all survived from the main roles. It was quite unrealistic, but it is what it is. Also, we find out that not all the witches are bad. From the witch's fact, we can see that. In order to test whether or not a woman was a witch, people would perform a ducking. This was throwing the witch into a pond or river with their hands and feet tied. If they escaped, they were a witch. If they did not, they usually drowned. Thank you for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button. See you soon.
Let's spend some time wasting it away. Your love is like music. You went and changed the game.